Hello, English learners. Welcome back to LifeTalk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
Tonight we're talking about something that sounds simple, but honestly, this might be harder than it sounds: how to make your brain think in English.
Yeah, because you don't just flip a switch, right? You can't say, okay, brain, English only, and then it magically happens.
I wish it worked like that. Imagine, like changing the channel on your TV. But the truth is, it's more like training a gentle habit.
Exactly. And don't worry, we're going to take it slow and friendly. No stress here.
Before we get into it, a quick reminder. Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more, but only if this is your kind of learning.
And tell us where you're listening from and what time it is for you. We love seeing your comments. Sometimes we're reading them over breakfast, other times right before bed.
Now, settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together.
So let's start with the idea of your inner voice. Everyone has one. You know, that voice that talks in your head all day long.
Some people's voices sound like a sports commentator, some like a poet, some like a friend who's just a bit too honest.
Yeah, mine's more like a chatty narrator. It notices everything. Oh, look, Elisa, you forgot your keys again.
But here's the key. Your inner voice is usually in your native language. To start thinking in English, you don't have to change everything at once. Just gently switch small parts of that inner voice into English.
Like, if you're walking into your kitchen and you think, I need coffee, try saying it in English in your head. I need coffee.
And the funny thing is, it doesn't matter if you sound silly. No one else can hear it. Your inner voice is your private practice partner.
Sometimes learners tell us, but I don't have enough vocabulary to think in English. And my answer is, use the words you do know, even if it's just coffee, please, or hungry now.
Right. And when you don't know a word, use a workaround. If you don't know the word umbrella, maybe say rain stick thing. Your brain starts to practice staying in English mode instead of jumping back to your first language.
That's like playing charades inside your own head.
Yes, it's funny, but it's powerful because your brain is practicing flexibility.
Let's try a little role play with our listeners. Imagine you wake up in the morning. You hear your alarm. Instead of thinking, oh no, it's too early in your first language, try whispering to yourself, too early, 5 more minutes.
And then when you finally get up, think, okay, I'm brushing my teeth. Even if it feels childlike, that's fine. Children learn language this way too. Simple, clear sentences.
You don't need to say, I am in the process of brushing my teeth with fluoride toothpaste.
Please don't. Just brush teeth now. The point is to get used to English as the background music of your thoughts.
I remember when I was learning Spanish, I used to label objects in my head. I'd look at my shoes and say, zapatos. The fridge, refrigerator. Over time, my inner voice started mixing languages without me even trying.
Yeah, that's a great trick. If you're an English learner, just try shoes on, bag ready, phone charging, tiny phrases.
It's like sprinkling English seasoning over your daily life.
Seasoning. That's a tasty metaphor.
Let's talk about why this helps. When you make your brain use English for even small things, it starts building a habit. And habits don't need big motivation, they just grow quietly.
Exactly. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up every morning and give yourself a motivational speech. Today, I will be a person who values dental hygiene. You just do it.
I hope not.
Thinking in English can become that automatic too, if you start small.
Here's a fun experiment you can try tomorrow. Set a 5-minute English-only thinking challenge. During breakfast, tell yourself, only English in my thoughts for these 5 minutes.
It's okay if it feels broken or messy. Remember, even native speakers think in fragments sometimes. Nobody's inner voice speaks perfect grammar.
True. I mean, sometimes my thoughts are just coffee, deadline, ugh.
Same here. So don't be afraid of broken English in your head. Broken is still English.
Quick motivational note. Don't compare your progress to anyone else's. Some people switch their inner voice in weeks, others in months. Everyone's brain is different.
Yeah, this is a gentle journey. You're training your brain to wear a new pair of glasses. And sometimes the new glasses feel strange at first.
But soon you forget you're even wearing them. That's when English starts becoming your automatic choice.
And that's when speaking out loud starts feeling more natural too, because you've already rehearsed in your thoughts.
So to wrap up this first part, remember, don't wait until you know enough English. Start switching little thoughts today.
Hungry. Sleepy. Need water. Check phone. Simple phrases are perfect.
And if you get stuck, be playful. Describe things with the words you do know. Your brain will get used to staying in English instead of switching back to your first language.
That's the first step towards making your inner voice your English partner. So, last time we talked about switching your inner voice to English. Now let's make it even more practical, using English in your everyday micro moments.
Micro moments. Sounds very scientific.
It does. But really, it just means those tiny everyday actions you don't even think about. Tying your shoes, waiting for the elevator, checking your messages.
Oh, those little spaces in your day where your brain usually wanders off. Perfect opportunities to sneak in some English. Let's start with something really simple. Brushing your teeth. We already joked about that earlier. Instead of daydreaming, try making a little narration in English.
Yeah, you might think, brush teeth, rinse mouth. Okay, clean. It sounds like baby talk, but it trains your brain.
And because it's private, no pressure, nobody's going to hear you saying, foam everywhere, oops.
Unless your roommate is listening from the hallway.
Likely, yeah. Another micro moment, walking outside. You can describe what you see in simple English, like, sky is blue today, many cars, dog is barking.
Or even talk to the objects, like, hello, bus, don't be late. It feels playful and it keeps your brain engaged in English.
I used to do that with my coffee mug. Good morning, mug. Thanks for the energy.
That's both funny and healthy. You're building a habit without stress.
Here's something interesting. Research shows your brain actually remembers better when you connect words to actions. So if you say in English, I'm opening the fridge, while you do it, your memory sticks stronger.
Exactly. That's why kids learn words like open, close, eat, sleep so quickly. They tie it to the real action.
So don't just think English while sitting at a desk. Bring it into your hands, your steps, your small chores.
Let's try a mini role play. Imagine you're in the kitchen. You grab a banana. In your native language, you just think banana. But now, whisper to yourself, banana. I eat banana now.
And when you throw the peel away, trash goes in bin. It's not poetry, but it's English practice.
Everyday poetry.
I think people sometimes feel shy, even when they're alone. Like, am I crazy for talking to myself in English?
Oh yeah, that's normal. But think about it. Actors rehearse lines alone all the time. Musicians play alone. Athletes train alone. Why shouldn't language learners talk to themselves?
Exactly. And you don't even have to speak loudly. Whisper or just form the words in your head. Still counts.
One thing that helps me is setting little reminders. For example, every time you unlock your phone, you can think in English. Open phone. Check message.
That's a clever trigger. Or when you wash your hands, you could repeat, wash hands, wash hands. The repetition makes it stick.
And you're already doing the action, so it's natural.
Let's talk about cultural motivation here. In many English-speaking cultures, people actually talk to themselves casually. Like, okay, let's do this, before a meeting, or where did I put my keys?
True. If you've watched American movies, you'll notice characters mumble to themselves in English all the time. So you're not weird, you're just practicing like a native.
And it builds confidence, because the first time you say it out loud around others, it won't feel strange anymore.
Here's a playful challenge for listeners. Choose 3 micro moments tomorrow. Maybe brushing teeth, opening the fridge, and waiting at the bus stop. In each moment, force your brain into English.
Keep it short, just 1 or 2 sentences. Don't try to make a novel while brushing your teeth.
Please don't choke on toothpaste while giving a TED Talk.
Exactly. Keep it light, keep it fun.
And the more often you repeat these tiny English narrations, the more natural it becomes. Soon, your brain will start doing it automatically.
Yeah, I've had learners tell me they suddenly realize, oh, I just thought that in English without planning. That's such a cool moment.
It's like catching your brain in the act. Aha, you switched without asking me.
So the takeaway here, don't wait for big study sessions. Use those micro moments scattered through your day.
Brushing, walking, opening, waiting, even sighing at the bus stop. Every second can be a chance to gently train your brain.
And remember, you're not just practicing words, you're creating a habit.
And habits, as we said earlier, are what truly rewire your inner voice into English. So far, we've talked about switching your inner voice and using those little micro moments. Now let's take it one step deeper. Role play inside your head.
Ooh, I like this part. Because sometimes when you don't have a speaking partner, you can still create conversations with yourself.
Right. Think of it as being both the actor and the audience at the same time.
Or like writing a short play that only you perform.
Let's start with something really everyday, buying something at a shop. You can imagine the dialogue. Hello, how much is this? And then you answer yourself. It's $5.
And if you don't know how to say $5 in the currency you use, just keep it simple. It's 5. Done.
The point isn't perfection, it's rehearsal. Your brain is practicing the rhythm of real English conversation.
Exactly. And even if you sound silly, hey, silliness helps memory.
When I was learning French, I used to imagine I was at a bakery. I'd say, Bonjour, une baguette, s'il vous plaît? Then I'd imagine the cashier answering.
I did the same with Italian. I'd picture myself at a train station. 1 ticket to Florence, please. The reply? Track 3.
See? You can do the same in English. Pretend you're at the airport. Excuse me, where is gate 12? Then answer yourself. Over there, sir.
I love how you gave yourself a fancy sir.
And you can make it playful. You can even argue with yourself in English. Like, do I need another cookie? No, you don't. Yes, I do.
That's actually a great memory trick because arguments are emotional, and emotion locks language into your brain.
True. Don't be afraid to exaggerate. Make your inner role plays dramatic, funny, or even a little bit weird. The weirder, the better it sticks.
Let's walk our listeners through a quick role play. Imagine you're at a cafe. Ready? You're the customer.
Okay. Good morning. Can I have 1 cappuccino, please?
And now you're the barista. Of course. Small or large?
Large, please.
That'll be $4.50.
See, we just created a 20-second English rehearsal. No cafe needed.
And if you repeat it in your head 3 or 4 times, it starts to feel automatic.
Another tip, don't worry if you don't know how the other person might answer. Just invent something, even if it's silly.
Like, if you ask, where is the bus stop? And your imaginary person says, it's next to the giant purple dinosaur.
That's fine. You still practice the question. Your brain doesn't care if the answer makes sense.
Plus, silly answers make you smile, and smiling reduces stress, which means your brain remembers more easily.
Let's connect this to a cultural note. In English-speaking countries, small talk is common. People chat in shops, at bus stops, even with strangers.
Yes, so practicing these little role plays gets you ready. When the real moment comes, you've already rehearsed.
And because you've rehearsed, you won't freeze. You'll think, oh, I've already had this conversation with myself.
You'll just press play on the memory.
I know some learners say, but I feel embarrassed talking to myself. Here's the thing. Nobody knows. You can do it silently in your head or even whisper very softly.
Yeah, people will just think you're humming a song or on the phone with wireless earbuds.
Exactly. These days, half the world looks like they're talking to themselves anyway, so you blend right in.
Want another fun challenge? Tonight before bed, create a mini scene in your head. Maybe you're ordering pizza. Maybe you're checking into a hotel.
Imagine both sides. Speak both roles. Even add little details, like, here's your room key, enjoy your stay. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
The more you practice these scenes, the more natural it feels when real life happens.
And it will happen. One day, you'll be at a real cafe or hotel, and your brain will go, oh, I know this scene already.
So, the big lesson in this section, role play isn't childish, it's powerful. It's like building rehearsal tracks in your brain.
And your brain loves rehearsals. That's how athletes, actors, and musicians prepare. Why not language learners too?
Exactly. So, tonight, pick one scene. Play it in English in your head. Tomorrow, try another.
And soon you'll realize you're not just thinking English words, you're living little English lives inside your mind. So, we've explored inner voice, micro moments, and role play. Now let's talk about something that really helps your brain hold on to English, building word bridges.
Word bridges. Sounds poetic. What do you mean exactly?
Basically, it means connecting new English words to something you already know, an image, a feeling, or a personal memory. That way, the word doesn't float alone. It sticks because it's tied to something real.
Ah, like giving the word a home in your brain. For example, when I learned the English word breeze as a teenager, I didn't just memorize it. I remembered standing by the ocean, the soft wind on my face, and I told myself, this is breeze.
That's perfect because when you think of breeze, you're not just thinking of letters B-R-E-E-Z, you're remembering the feeling.
Exactly. And it never left me.
Now, learners can do this too. If you learn the word apple, don't just think apple equals a kind of fruit. Instead, think about biting into one, the crunch, the taste. Suddenly, the word is alive.
Yes, that's why children remember words so quickly. They always connect them to senses and emotions.
Let's try a little exercise with our listeners. Picture the word rain. Don't just translate it. Think of a time you were walking in the rain. Maybe you got wet shoes. Maybe you laughed with a friend under one umbrella. That memory becomes the bridge.
And the next time you hear rain, your brain will automatically pull up that image and feeling, stronger than just memorizing. You can even build bridges with funny images. Like, when I learned the word kangaroo, I pictured it hopping into a supermarket with a shopping basket. Totally silly, but I never forgot it.
That's perfect. The sillier, the better. Your brain loves weird images because they stand out.
Yeah, it's like leaving bright sticky notes in your memory.
There's also the emotional bridge. If a word makes you feel something, it sticks. For example, home. If you connect that to your actual home, your room, your family, your favorite meal, the word becomes personal.
That's a powerful one, because language isn't just information, it's emotion.
Let's do a mini role play to show how this works. Imagine you're learning the word train. You can picture yourself at the station, hearing the whistle, feeling the vibration on the ground, then say, train. Now, it's not just a word, it's an experience. And the next time you use train, it comes with that memory.
Exactly. You built a bridge.
Here's a tip for learners. Don't just write words in a notebook. Draw a little doodle or jot down a memory. If you write coffee, maybe sketch a cup or note, coffee with my best friend on Sunday.
That makes it yours, not just a dictionary word, but part of your story.
Now, cultural note, this is how many English-speaking kids are taught too. Teachers often use songs, stories, or silly rhymes. They don't just say memorize vocabulary, they help kids feel it.
And as adults, we can do the same. You're never too old for songs, stories, or silly bridges.
Honestly, that's why I still remember the word hippopotamus, because as a kid, we had a song that went, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
That's unforgettable. I rest my case. Let's give our listeners a fun challenge. Tonight, pick 5 new English words. For each word, build a bridge. Connect it to a picture in your mind, a smell, a taste, a sound, or even a silly cartoon.
And tomorrow, test yourself. You'll be surprised how much faster you recall them compared to just memorizing a list. So, what's the big idea here? Don't let English words float around like balloons with no string. Tie them to your memories, your senses, your emotions.
Build bridges, and the more colorful the bridge, the stronger it is.
Exactly. That way, when you think in English, the words don't feel foreign. They feel like part of your own life.
And that's how language stops being just studied and starts being lived.
Here we are, the last section. So far, we've covered inner voice, micro moments, role play, and word bridges. Now, let's talk about staying patient and playful while your brain switches into English.
Ah, yes, the mindset piece. Because without the right mindset, all the techniques we've discussed can feel like a chore.
First, let's be honest. Your brain isn't going to instantly think in English 24/7. That's totally normal.
Absolutely. You'll have moments where you revert to your first language, and that's okay. No shame.
Yes, think of it as a gentle dance. Sometimes you step forward in English, sometimes back in your native language. Both steps matter.
One way to stay patient is to celebrate tiny victories. Maybe today you said, I'm tired in English without thinking. That's progress.
Or maybe you described your breakfast out loud in English for the first time. Tiny, but powerful.
Exactly. Every micro step builds momentum.
Another tip, embrace the playful side. Humor actually helps your brain absorb language better.
For example, if you mispronounce a word, don't stress. Laugh at it. Oops, I said bitch instead of beach.
Language learning is full of funny little mistakes. Enjoy them. They're proof you're practicing.
And when it comes to real life practice, remember, English doesn't have to be perfect. Speaking with mistakes is better than staying silent.
Absolutely. Your brain is learning from errors, adjusting and slowly building fluency. Think of it like sculpting. Every chisel mark counts. Let's do a quick exercise for a playful patience. Imagine you're introducing yourself at a party. Say in your head, "Hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you."
Then add a funny twist. Maybe you accidentally say, I'm a professional cookie taster instead of your job.
That's the spirit. Even imaginary conversations are a safe playground.
Cultural note: in many English-speaking countries, humor is a huge part of communication. Small jokes, puns, playful exaggeration, they're everywhere.
Right. So learning English with a playful mindset is not only effective, it's culturally authentic. Patience also comes from consistent practice. Make English a daily habit. Even 5 or 10 minutes matters more than rare marathon sessions.
And the more relaxed you are, the better. Stress shuts down your brain. Calm curiosity opens it up.
Exactly. Approach English like exploring a new world, slowly, playfully, and with wonder.
Let's link this back to our previous sections. You can switch your inner voice, use micro moments, role-play conversations, and build word bridges, all while laughing, experimenting, and forgiving yourself.
Yes. Think of it like a toolbox. Each technique is a tool, and your playful patience lets you use them without pressure.
Before we wrap up, a tiny motivation. Imagine lying in bed tonight, thinking in English, recalling little dialogues, words, and playful scenes from today.
Your brain is quietly practicing even as you rest. That's powerful.
And tomorrow, you'll notice small improvements. A word comes faster, a phrase pops into your head. That's your progress showing up.
So the key takeaways for this final section: be patient, stay playful, and remember, every small effort counts.
Laugh at mistakes, enjoy mini successes, and let English be a part of your life naturally.
And over time, you'll realize you're not forcing English anymore. You're thinking it. You're living it. Congratulations! You've made it through our journey of switching your brain into English. Think back for a moment. Every inner thought, every tiny micro moment, every role-play scene, and every word bridge you practiced was a step forward.
Yes, and the most important thing to remember is your effort counts, even when it feels small. Brushing your teeth in English, whispering a sentence while walking, imagining a cafe conversation, all of these are building fluency quietly, steadily.
Your brain is remarkably adaptable. Every tiny repetition strengthens connections, making English feel less foreign and more natural. You're not just learning words, you're shaping habits and training your inner voice.
And don't forget the playful side. Laughing at silly mistakes, imagining funny scenarios, and being patient with yourself creates a positive, stress-free learning environment. Your brain remembers joy far better than pressure.
So tonight, as you relax or drift toward sleep, recall one small victory or a scene you practiced in English. Maybe it's saying good morning in your inner voice, or remembering a word with a fun image attached. Each memory is a tiny seed that grows over time.
Be proud of your progress. Even if it feels invisible, your English fluency is developing quietly. And tomorrow, when you use English again, you'll notice small improvements that are proof of your consistent practice.
Keep approaching English with curiosity, patience, and playfulness. The combination of gentle effort and imagination will help your brain think in English more naturally each day.
Remember, this is your journey, and you are the one guiding it. Enjoy the process, celebrate small wins, and let English become a part of your daily life in tiny, meaningful ways.
And with that, we'll leave you to rest, letting your mind absorb today's practice. Sweet dreams, and let English quietly continue in your thoughts tonight.